Are you looking to gain 20 yards off the tee? I'm Ryan McGinnis, teaching professional here at Turning Stone Resort Casino. And today I'm going to give you 3 simple drills that are going to unlock your potential and get you those 20 extra yards you need. I teach all of this to my students, and it's really simple, so stick around. So why aren't we hitting bombs off the tee? Most golfers have 2 power leaks that we see on a day-to-day basis. And number 1 is our weight shift, and number 2 is our rotation. But the good news is you don't need that perfect golf swing to gain 20 yards. Follow along with me as I walk you through what it means to shift our weight, what it means to rotate, and then we have 3 drills that are going to work with both of those points, and the final drill will be tempo. Let's get started. So let's define what shifting our weight truly means. And I'm going to relate this to pitching in baseball a little bit. And also I have a visual on the ground, so you'll see what I'm talking about. But if you think about baseball for a second and you watch a pitcher and they go through their windup, right? They get in their stance and they're going to start to pitch. If you focused on the center of their pelvis, when they lift their leg up and they start to go down the mound, you'll notice their pelvis moves towards target, right? And I'm not talking about swaying. I'm talking about the proper movement towards target in my lower half to allow me to interact with the ground better. And on the ground here, you'll see there's 3 sticks. I got the middle one, which simulates me at address. It's the center of my pelvis right in the middle. And I have the red one, which would be towards target. And then I have the black one, which would simulate the backswing. So when we talk weight shift, I make a backswing, center of my pelvis is along that yellow, and I go back. When I am hitting driver, the center of my pelvis will move back maybe an inch away from target. Some people have it up to 2 inches. I would say Rory McIlroy is the extreme version. He moves probably 2 to 3 if I had to guess. But once I get up top here, my first move to start the downswing has to be the center of my pelvis has to move towards target, right? And this would be the weight shift or the pressure shift to our left side, which allows us to interact with the ground better. So when I come down to hit this golf ball, I'm going to feel my center of my pelvis shift forward. And now I can begin the process of rotating, turning, and pushing back up through that golf shot. If I can perfect the weight shift, or even if I can make it that much better, we're going to interact with the ground, we're going to create more speed, we're going to hit it further. So let's get into some drills that are going to focus on the weight shift and the rotation. Drill number 1 is weight shift. It's really simple, and the way we're going to do this is I have some alignment sticks on the ground now. This is more of a simulation for you to see how much I'm actually moving forward. So I'm just going to show you quickly how much, and then the drill will follow. So if I'm hitting this ball right here, I'm going to move this stick a little closer to the yellow and move this back. All right, so if I'm hitting this ball, the center of my pelvis is behind the ball right now. I might bump it a little forward, but I got to envision myself being that pitcher. So I make my backswing. My center of pelvis is moved back to the black stick. And then from here, I'm going to feel the center of my pelvis work its way towards that red stick and really feel like I'm pushing this lead foot into the ground. Once I do that, I have shifted my weight. So here's what it will look like in a swing. So the drill that's going to help us with that is what I call the step through drill, or the step drill. And it's really simple. And all we're going to do is start with our feet close together. And for now, we don't need this golf ball, but I'll put it down here just so you can see it. But we're going to feet together. We're going to make our backswing. So we've stayed centered when we do this. Now we're going to step and swing. So we're going to put feet together, turn, step, swing. And you're going to do this 10 times, nice and slow. Feet together, step, swing. Once you do that 10 times, you're going to hit a ball, and you're going to do that 5 times. So feet together, step, swing. And you're going to start to feel what it feels like to get the center of your pelvis moving towards target to start the downswing. So what is rotation? We hear that term a lot. And in the golf swing, I'm going to talk about the rotation in the backswing and the downswing. So when it comes to the backswing, this is where people struggle. If I had the face on view right now, what we see a lot in amateur golfers, and better or worse, is they like to just swing their arms back, and their lower half and their upper half really doesn't move. And from down the line, it would look more like the club gets really quick up in the air, and they don't really turn their body, but the club somehow gets way back here looking like John Daly, right? In order for us to create speed, we have to rotate. And when we rotate, we create width. When we create width, we create speed naturally because the club head is further away from the center of the circle. So in order to rotate, we have to feel what's happening in our feet. So when I get set up to a ball and I'm ready to hit it, I'm going to feel pressure go to the inside of my right heel. I'm going to feel my right pocket go straight back behind me. And the feeling I have is if I was up next to a wall, I'm going to try to turn into that wall, pelvis and my chest, and I'm going to make a full 90-degree turn. If I can do this where my shoulders are 90 degrees, my pelvis is roughly 45 degrees, I have maximized my ability to turn. Now, there's some people who go more, which is totally fine, but when I do that, I create width. You can see it from down here. So this is the rotation on the backswing that I'll be looking for in order for us to gain those 20 yards. Now on the way down, we now have to rotate through the golf shot. And I go back to pitching in baseball. Once I've shifted weight, now I use my left foot and I push off the ground. That gets my left pocket to go behind me. My right shoulder starts to work down into the golf ball, and I'll be able to maximize my power. Drill number 2 is rotation. And again, really easy. This is the pivot drill. So we're going to get in our golf swing like we normally would. We can hold driver. Now, when we make our backswing, we're going to take our left foot and we're going to move it close to our right, and we're going to have our toe being the only thing that's on the ground in my left foot. So it's going to look like this. And now what this does is it really gets me that sensation of what it feels like to be on my right side, loaded up, and now you can see I'm fully turned. If I go down the line, we're going step the left foot back towards the right foot. I have fully loaded up over here, and now when I want to start the downswing, I'm actually doing the weight shift where I'm stepping forward, pushing off the left foot, back up and through. Here's what it looks like from this side. We step back, we step forward, back up and through. We're going to do that 10 times, and you can hit a golf ball 5 times after that, but you're going to go really slow and feel your body maximize that rotation and really be loaded into the right side. And our final drill focuses on tempo. None of this matters if I don't hit the center of the club face. So this easy drill requires a sand wedge and your driver. And all you're going to do is you're going to go back and forth and hitting a sand wedge and then going to your driver and focusing on tempo, but at the same time, we're going to make sure we're hitting the other 2 drills where we're feeling ourselves maximize our rotation. We're feeling ourselves get to the left side in our weight shift. And then from there, we're smoothing it out there and hitting it. Now, the reason I want to focus on tempo is because yes, contact matters, but I also have to feel how I sequence things down into that golf ball. If my upper body moves first, we won't hit it solid, we won't hit it far. So sand wedge, driver, focus on tempo, and I'll show you exactly what I mean with that. I'm going to make a full swing with a sand wedge, feeling just like I'd hit my driver, really loading more into that right side. And I'm just creating that feeling of what it feels like to be smooth And then I'm going to have the same feeling with my driver. And we're going to go back and forth, sand wedge, driver, feel tempo, and now it's time to really go after it. For more personalized tips, visit me on Skillest for online instruction, or come see me out at Turning Stone for an in-person lesson where we can really start to build your golf swing to get you even more yardage. Thanks for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and see below different videos that will help your golf game.